Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Women Racing to Win. Joe San Diego, along with Daniel Zeri from Racers Girls Behind the Helmet. Invite everyone to participate in the chat room. We got several races to talk about from this past weekend and upcoming weekend. Start out with Daniel and the Formula Regionals, where we saw Belen Garcia and Lena Buhler.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Joe, for the introduction. Hi from all of our US-based viewers from this on-the-go episode here from live from my car. And as you said, Joe, last weekend was pretty busy for a Formula Regional European Championship. They were racing in Valencia in Spain. It was the calendar changed because initially the run was scheduled for Nürburgring in July actually, and then the problems that the circuit had with the flooding back then forced the series organizer to change of plans, and ultimately they went to Valencia for this round. It was quite interesting because Belen Garcia, the Spanish W Series driver, came back to Formula Regional European Championship after contesting the opening three rounds of the season. Uh, Belen has often said that the Formula Regional European Championship was very important in her preparation ahead of W Series. She always said that her success in W Series, in their debut in W Series especially, when she was very close to a podium finish in Austria, was really down to her preparation in the Formula Regional. So she often said that she wanted to be back before the end of the season. And she, with the Spanish round, the second home round after Barcelona, she's Catalan from Barcelona. She really took this opportunity to go back to the championship with a G4 Racing, which is a Swiss Spanish team. And so she was very happy to be back there and also making the best of this gap in the W Series calendar. Of course, we know that ahead of the US Grand Prix, which is going to be the final double header for W Series, there's still like a month, so she had some time to prepare. And of course, there is also Lena Buhler, the Swiss driver that is contesting her first season in Formula 3, and it's only her second season in single seaters. So, and she is racing full time in Formula Regional European Championship. She's made quite some good progress since the beginning of the season. When we always remind that it has been a quite a challenging season for Lena after an injury to her hand. After in preseason testing, she missed all preseason testing, and that was really challenging for Lena. But made some good progress towards the second half of the season now. Both Belen and Lena, well, let's say that this round it was again a very crowded one for Formula Regional. There were 34 cars on the grid, one of the most crowded field in European single seaters, and also one of the highest, most competitive. And Belen said that she had quite a challenging qualifying. She didn't have the qualifying that she expected coming back to the series. And also Lena has been struggling a little bit in qualifying so far since the Zandvoort round, I would say. In the first race, Belen was very good. She had a great start off the line. She managed to gain some great positions in the first opening laps of the race, and she ultimately finished the P29, which was okay for her. She said that of course it wasn't the result that she expected, but still it was good laps logged, good kilometers ahead of the W Series preparation, and some good fights in the field. She really battled throughout the whole race. Quite a decent race for Belen, and also. On the other hand, Lena had a very good second race where Belen said that she was not happy with the direction that they went with the setup on the second day on Sunday. While Lena started from the back of the grid in race two and managed to gain five position to finish in P25. She had quite good fights, managed to overtake a couple of drivers. Well, some drivers like among them was Eduardo Barrichello, the son of the former Formula One driver. Finished P25. Belen was just behind, was in P27, while Lena was a couple of tenths behind Belen in the first race. So I would say there was a positive race for both of them. Now the next round will be in Mugello in not this week but next week, and I will be there. So it's not clear yet if Belen is going to contest some other Formula Regional races weekends this year, but she definitely said that she would like to do so. So we will closely follow what Belen manages to do, and of course the final rounds of W Series, and we will keep following Lena Buhler in whatever she will do next.
Definitely exciting to follow both of the racers, and of course W Series once they go back. Seeing Garcia behind the wheel will be really great. Now, one of the big things we saw this week as well too, we had over in NASCAR in the Truck Series, Joe Cobb and of course Hailie Deegan, both of them running at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, a 200-mile race there. And this race was something where we anticipate with Las Vegas, since the repave, it has become a track where handling, high speeds are very important, and we've seen some pretty big crashes. Joe Cobb, she started 32nd, of course, single truck team, not exactly the biggest resources when it comes to the other big front runners. Finished 27th place, only 5 laps behind the leader. Overall, she was able to log the laps, bring the truck home in one piece. Same can't be exactly said for Hailie Deegan. Hailie Deegan started 17th, has had a good streak of runs, but that ended on lap 70. Lap 70, a big crash occurred on turn 2 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. For folks not familiar, especially if you've seen Daytona, Talladega, or Las Vegas Motor Speedway, NASCAR tracks have a lot of banking on the corners. So when you lose control of your vehicle, you tend to slide up towards that concrete wall. And what happens? If you slide up, you might slide down. In this case, we have one truck start sliding back down with a couple other vehicles. So drivers are already towards the bottom, like Hailie Deegan, like Sheldon Creed. Nowhere to go, hard impact. Drivers like Sheldon Creed were thankfully okay. He had the hardest hit. Hailie Deegan was able to drive away from the crash, try to continue on, but the crash downs was just too much. She ended her day on lap 101. Tough break for her, finishing 31st at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And of course, with the NASCAR series, especially the trucks, there is no qualifying. So that 31st position is going to be the big priority reason of why she's not starting towards the front for the next truck race weekend. So it was a really unfortunate break for Hailie Deegan, and essentially ending her race very early. Now, the big thing, of course, we're going to be following is with the Truck Series, the remainder of the schedule, and Hailie Deegan's plus Joe Cobb's season, as they both wrap up the 2021 season with the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And one of the big things we also saw in Las Vegas as well was ARCA racing. In total, we had 5 women racing at the Las Vegas short track, the Bull Ring Circuit. The Bull Ring Circuit, of course, is just right outside Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so it made a lot of sense to have the ARCA Menard Series West there with the Truck Series. And one of the big things we saw was Bridget Burgess. She was there. Of course, we had the opportunity to talk to her at Las Vegas Motor Speedway before the ARCA race there. So here is that video of Bridget at Pro International Raceway with us.
Bridget, I know they started off promising top 10 qualifying position. You got up to 4th place, but it looked like something happened. Can you tell us what happened to the car?
So I had a spark plug wire and it broke, so it just stopped the engine straight away, and I unfortunately just finished 16th, but it's still good, so yeah.
Now, I know overall this season you had a good run at Sonoma. You came in 8th place in the points. How would you rate your season so far in the ARCA Menards West?
I think it's going pretty good considering the team we have. It's just a family-owned team with my parents, and we work really hard. This week we've had a lot of long days, working a lot of late nights, getting up early in the morning, and we work with what we have. This is the only car we own. I don't have a spare car, so we're always hustling. So I think considering what we have, we are doing really good in points.
And I know that second restart, that's where you got up to 4th place. Can you describe best from your view what you saw entering the festival when we saw all sorts of chaos?
I braked really deep, which I kept doing over and over. I don't think I made too many friends out there, but it's just what it takes. And getting up to 4th place is really cool. I wish I was able to stay up there, but again, we just have to work with what we have. And hopefully the next time we come back here next year, it will be much better. But for now, it was still a good race.
And speaking about next year, it looked like exiting the festival corners looked like you were really strong out there. Was that one of the stronger parts of the track, or was there other areas where you felt like you and the car were just really had an advantage over the others?
I think I had a good advantage into turn 1 and probably the last few corners of the track. I think I struggled a little bit on horsepower in the straights, but that's okay. We'll just keep beating them down. And again, road course, it's really about driver skill, so I think I really had it on the entry of the corners. And I had pretty good exits, but again, it's just there are a few straights out here where I just couldn't beat them.
Bridget, thank you so much for your time. Any special thank yous or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Thank you to HMH Construction, Gear Wrench Tools, Sunoco Fuels. Hopefully the next race will be much better, but thank you to all my sponsors and fans out there.
Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time at Portland.
You too. Thank you guys.